Welcome to Mobile Home Friend YouTube channel, your go-to resource for everything manufactured housing.
Welcome to another deep dive from Mobile Home Friend. Today, we are looking at mobile home HVAC systems based on our latest research at mobilehomefriend.com. You know, understanding the air you breathe and the energy you pay for every single month is absolutely crucial. So let's just jump right in and see exactly what makes these systems so unique. Okay, so let's start with a question we hear all the time from folks looking to save a quick buck. Hey, can I just put a regular house furnace in my mobile home? I mean, a furnace is a furnace, right? They all just blow hot air. Well, not exactly. Actually, it turns out that installing a standard site-built house furnace in a manufactured home is a massive fire hazard. Literally. Standard units completely lack these specific HUD safety approvals that are legally required for mobile homes. If you try to swap one of these in, not only are you risking your family's safety, but you could completely void your homeowner's insurance policy in a heartbeat. It's just, no way is it worth the risk. To keep your home safe and those energy bills nice and low, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover built different HUD code rules, then the anatomy of downflow systems, followed by the underbelly, ductwork dangers. Next is dollars and cents, system costs, then troubleshooting and maintenance, and finally, repair or replace. Section 1. Built different. HUD code rules. So here's the deal. Manufactured homes don't just answer to local city building codes. They actually follow incredibly strict federal structural standards. In a regular site-built home, you've usually got an upflow HVAC design, right? Pushing air up into wide ceiling ducts. But a mobile home sits on a thick steel frame. Those super small mechanical spaces require a unique downflow design, sealed combustion, and high static pressure floor vents just to function properly. And listen, this isn't just about efficiency, it's about life safety. As we noted on the site, installing the wrong unit can trap dangerous gas fumes inside your living room. Because mobile homes are built so incredibly tight, gas units absolutely require sealed combustion chambers. These pull outside air directly to the burner and then vent the exhaust straight out the roof. Your indoor living space air should never, ever touch the actual fire flame chamber. All right, moving on to Section 2, the anatomy of downflow systems. Let's take a quick spatial journey to see how air actually physically moves around you. The whole trick here is understanding the downflow furnace. Just imagine standing in your narrow hallway looking right at your furnace closet. The system draws your room air in through those louvers at the top of the door. Then it pulls that air downward across the hot heating coils or the cold AC coils and forcefully pushes it directly out the bottom of the cabinet into the hidden, narrow metal trunks running beneath your floor. Now, pushing all that air through those narrow metal floor trunks creates what HVAC pros call static pressure. It's basically the high air resistance measured inside those ducts, which typically runs at about 0.70 to 0.90 inches of water column in mobile homes. Think of it like trying to breathe really heavily after running, but doing it through a tiny drinking straw. Tough, right? Well, if the airflow gets too weak against that resistance, it can literally freeze your indoor cooling coil into a solid block of ice right in the middle of summer. No joke. Because of that immense pressure, the air desperately needs a clear path back to the furnace to keep circulating. And that is exactly why a 1 to 1.5 inch gap is required under all your bedroom doors. This simple little air gap above the carpet allows the trapped air in a closed bedroom to slide out smoothly and travel all the way back to the furnace in the hallway. That totally prevents high pressure buildup and keeps the whole system from choking itself out. Section 3, the underbelly. Ductwork dangers. So let's take our tour beneath the floorboards, down into the dark, unseen crawl space where the problems usually hide. Think of a torn belly wrap or a disconnected flexible crossover duct it's basically like blowing dollar bills straight into the dirt. You're taking air you just paid good money to heat or cool and dumping it right into the ground. And even worse, the negative pressure this creates actually sucks musty, dusty crawlspace air right up into your living room. Yuck. But hey, here's some good news for a change. Fixing these underbelly leaks is actually incredibly cost-effective. Replacing a flexible crossover duct is only about $85 to $160 if you do it yourself, compared to upwards of $650 if you hire a pro. And patching the belly board? That can be as cheap as $50 DIY. If you want the full technical breakdown on repairing these ducts, check the post on mobilehomefriend.com. Let's talk money in Section 4. Dollars and cents, system costs. Okay, when we look at the math behind a 10-year net worth trajectory, things get really interesting. See, an electric furnace is the cheapest upfront at around $4,200. But over 10 years, the crazy energy bills push the total cost to nearly $24,000. Now, compare that to a ductless mini split. Yes, it costs $7,500 upfront, so a steeper initial price for sure. But because it's insanely efficient and bypasses those leaky floor ducts completely, the 10-year total cost drops to just $15,100. So spending a bit more upfront actually saves you a whopping $8,800 over a decade. Section 5. Troubleshooting and maintenance. Did you know that over 60% of sudden HVAC breakdowns come down to this one tiny little part? It's called the dual run capacitor. Basically, it's an electrical component that stores energy to jump-start your heavy motors. As we highlighted on the Mobile Home Friend website, the hot summer sun easily fries these capacitors, which can melt your motor wires if you aren't careful. To put that into a financial perspective, a dual-run capacitor only costs about $20 to $45 to buy yourself, while a pro will easily charge you up to $275 just to swap it out. Catching it early saves you hundreds, for sure. But, and this is a big but, when it comes to a refrigerant recharge, there is absolutely no DIY option. Handling refrigerant gas safely and legally requires an EPA-certified pro. Seriously, do not try to mess with the Freon yourself. All right, here is a rapid-fire checklist of maintenance every single homeowner should perform to add literally years to their system. Ready? First, change those return filters every 30 to 90 days. Next, pour 1 cup of plain white vinegar in your condensate drains annually to clear out any nasty algae slime. Third, keep all plants and weeds at least 24 inches away from your outdoor unit so it can actually breathe. And finally, just gently wash the dirt off your outdoor coils with a garden hose once a year. It's simple, actionable, and incredibly effective. Which brings us to Section 6, Repair or Replace. The golden rule of HVAC replacement really comes down to one magic number, 50%. This is the 50% repair rule. Basically, if a single repair bill is going to cost you more than half the price of a brand new unit, it's financially smarter to just replace the whole system. Also, if your system's age multiplied by the repair estimate equals more than $5,000, you're basically throwing good money after bad. Just cut your losses and upgrade. So, as we wrap up this journey through the ductwork and the data, I want to leave you with a provocative question to ask yourself today. Is it time to stop blowing cash into your crawl space and finally upgrade your home's comfort and efficiency? Taking charge of your home's mechanical health is honestly one of the best investments you can possibly make. Thanks for watching this explainer. For more guides and the full article on this topic, head over to mobilehomefriend.com and don't forget to check the links in the description below. Keep learning, keep saving, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thanks for watching. For more technical guides on this topic, click the link to see the in-depth article over at mobilehomefriend.com. There are many more informational dives into manufactured home topics to investigate and keep your project moving forward.